Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Nurse Eunice with the wonderful co host Yolanda. And today we are going to be discussing the visions for 2025. So, welcome to our virtual vision board party. Dare to dream big. And I'm already seeing some wonderful comments from the audience. So, Elizabeth, congratulations. Hi, Hamdi. And as we do in every one of our videos, we're going to give you about 10 seconds before we begin our vision board party. So, we'll see you shortly.
Hey, everybody.
All right. And so I accidentally closed out the screen when Yolanda was saying hello. So Yolanda is one of my accountability partners. She is one of my besties. And so if you don't have a bestie, we're going to talk about that because in order for you to dream big, to do more in 2025, you got to have somebody on your team. And so Yolanda, how long have you known each other now? Has it been 10 years?
I believe 10 years, yeah.
Right at 10 years. So,
Mhm.
everybody, what is a vision board? So, a vision board is a collage of images, quotes, and affirmations that represent your goals and aspirations. The idea behind creating a vision board is that visualizing your goals helps you attract them in your life. By creating a physical representation of your dreams, you are constantly reminded of what you are working towards and can stay motivated to achieve them. What I find is if you're not meeting your goals, sometimes it's because you doubt yourself. Maybe you're not trusting yourself or your vision. And so the world is full of distractions and negative voices, which is why we want to come together today to do something that's a little bit off topic, but to talk about your vision because a lot of people have had a rough 2024. It has been full of challenges, but we need you to stay focused and trust the vision you have for your life. The Bible says to write the vision and to make it plain. So today we're going to help you identify your goals and to also write them down. You can also download the slides at the conclusion of today's vision board party because hosting your own vision board party brings like-minded individuals together to support and motivate each other. It's a space for positivity, inspiration, and collaboration where dreams are shared and goals are made tangible. By gathering as a community, we collectively strengthen our belief in ourselves and the power to make our dreams a reality. Let's create, manifest, and dream big. And
Yeah.
so that was our, our brief. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because you all are wonderful. I love working with you all. I'm with you all pretty much on a weekly basis on one of the platforms, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. And I see that you all are doing so much. And I just want to make sure that we encourage you to do more. And so, Yolanda, would you please take over the first icebreaker with the introduction? We do have some viewers, but if you'll get them to introduce themselves and to see where they're actually viewing from.
Awesome. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting over some bronchitis, so y'all bear with me here. I will be coughing a little bit. But please put in the comments where are you from? Tell me where you guys are located at. So, okay. Chat, where are you at, chat? And then we're going to gather our materials. So we're going to need pens, papers, journals, poster boards, stickers or magazines, glue. Hi, Zan. Zan is with us from Texas. Oh, right. Big Texas in the house. We also have Victoria, Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, I was just in Texas, I was in Houston.
Looks like
Looks
Chad
like
is
New
from, is
York
that New York
City,
State?
Ohio, Somalia.
Somalia.
But I live in America, Minnesota. All right. Welcome,
Hey,
Minnesota,
hey,
New
hold up. Joyce is
Jersey.
from Duval.
Duval. Joyce is one of my good friends. Hey, Joyce, welcome
Joyce.
aboard. We got California, South Carolina, Orlando, Las Vegas. Hey, roll them dice. Let's make it happen.
Woo! I don't
Let's
even
go
know
to
how to pronounce it. Yazin is, I don't think that's Turkey. Is it Turkiya? It's just
Turkey.
pronounced, spelled differently.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
so this is wonderful. So you all, I hope that you all have gathered your supplies.
Yes, sis.
Orlando, that is amazing. How did you all hear about the event? Because we're going to start in about 3 more minutes, giving others time to get started. International, yes, chat.
Yes.
All right.
Primrose from New York. Hi.
So we welcome everybody. And so thank you all for introducing yourselves, telling us where you're viewing from. Before we begin our vision board party, I want to actually have you reflect on this past year. And I'm going to do the same thing. Yolanda's going to do it on her side also, is I want you to actually talk about some of your proudest achievements, because in order for us to go forward, we need to actually know like our base, our base. So where are you at right now? What is like your proudest achievement? And if you'll put it in the chat, and let's see, I'm going to put one of my proud achievements because of you all. I could not have done it without you. Let's see what those achievements are. And so this is because of you. Thank you all. Could not have done it without you. So this represents having 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so I know that you all, some of you are watching from my Nurse Eunice channel. Some of you are watching from Florida Training Academy, but this is thanks to you. So thank you so much. And sometime this year, next year, 2025, we should have our goal play button. So I want you to, later in the video, we're going to talk about not niching down. Because some people would be like, well, you're a nurse. Why are you also a content creator? Or you're a nurse. Why are you talking about these other things? And I feel that every talent God gave me, I want to make sure that I actually explore those talents to utilize them to the best of our ability. So Liz says that her goal was finishing her CNA program. Rhonda, congratulations. So the CPE unit for chaplaincy. That awesome. Is wonderful. And so let's see if we get about 3 more goals, because we have a lot of viewers between 2 different platforms. What are the goals? Level up. That's right. She's starting her nurse aid and CPR school. We're so proud of you. Fitness babe.
Certificate, getting a job at a LTC facility.
Yeah. And so awesome. We need one more, and then we'll move forth. That's right. So too much. Whom's given, much is required. That's a great, great scripture there, chat. And what were you saying, Yolanda?
I was going to say, I'll share mine. I finished my circuit court certification, so I'm a Supreme Court circuit mediator. So that was my achievement in this year.
And see, that is so wonderful. And you've been working on that for how long? And you're pretty busy, but you kept going.
Yes, perseverance. It took 2 years. It was a 40-hour class, and then I had to do some observations, which took longer than you would expect. So it was a 2-year adventure, but we're done. And then next year I'm going to move into family. So I'm excited.
That is wonderful. Rose Beth says that she has started college for pre-vet. Chet is going to become certified, and I think as far as the CNA, and is Hamdi. One of the achievements that they've had this year is that they graduated high school, and they're in their first semester of college. And my goal is to start CNA after 1 week. You all make us so proud. So those are some great past reflections. Now, whether you have something to write on, or if you have a board, let's see if I can bring my board over. We're going to start writing down our first goal. Now, it may be hard for you to see, so I'm going to expand the screen. By the end of this, I need for you to write down 50 goals. Why 50 goals? Because if you write down 50 goals, but you only achieve 25, that is freaking amazing. That's like you hit 2 goals plus 1 per month. But if you only write down 3 goals and you only hit halfway mark 1.5, I don't think you pushed yourself enough. So I really want you to write down 50 goals. If you aren't able to do so during today's live stream, just go back and revisit this. Plus, Yolanda's going to have another vision board party, if not at the end of this year, at the beginning of 2025. So your grand vision right now, just one thing. Envision your ultimate life. What does success look like? How does it feel? Write down actionable steps, a time frame, and why this vision matters to you. So at least one item, your grand vision.
And also remember, as you're writing those 50, the ones that you don't accomplish, then those are go to your next vision board. We don't stop. We just keep moving forward.
Yeah, so I'm going to write down, and this is just one, my grand vision. All right, so a moment of transparency is I got lab work done at the end of the year, and I need to focus on my health. So I'm going to write down a SMART goal, which is what we're going to be talking about next. So as far as focusing on health, I need to decrease my cholesterol. That means much less red meat. I'm going to say by 30 points.
Well,
In
and mine is
20,
going to be to reduce my blood pressure down to 120/80.
and let's see what our viewers are putting in the comments. So let's have you all put down at least one of your vision. And that's not the grand vision, but at least it is something that we're mindful of. And so sometimes people always focused on finances and on income, and we have to take our own personal health more seriously. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty vessel, an empty source. So you have to replenish yourself and take care of yourself. So, what is one grand vision that you would like to accomplish in 2025? And now let's talk about why it matters. And so, living with a purpose, your vision aligns with your deepest values and gives your journey meaning and direction. Whenever you're creating your personal growth, each step toward your vision transforms you into the person you've meant to become. And it also helps to build a lasting legacy. Your vision extends beyond yourself, creating a positive impact that resonates with others. And so, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have anything written down, are you truly living with a purpose? How are you monitoring your growth? Are you just doing the same thing year after year? And a lot of us, if we don't already have kids, we plan on having kids. So, how are you going to leave a legacy for the future generations if you are unable to accomplish 3 goals per year? So, a lot of you all, I know you did your CNA or you're registering, but we want you to do more than that in 2025. And
So
let's see.
Stacy says her grand goal is health. Rhonda's grand goal is to complete her CPR instructor's course and begin the steps for her home health agency. Awesome. Any more grand visions? Leonie says learn the stock market. That's one of the things that I'm doing now, Leonie. And it's a lot of work, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes.
Helen, to watch her health and improve her health. Awesome.
Those are some amazing goals. I chose this photo for actions to manifest this vision as a reminder that it doesn't matter your age. Yolanda and I are we're pretty young. We're in our, may I say it, our 40s. But I started visualizing not working as a traditional nurse works my first week on the job. So I was 21 with a bachelor's degree in nursing, strategizing how to leave the bedside. And so that didn't happen overnight. I gave myself 10 years as a nurse at the bedside because I knew that I want to have a better schedule. I like seeing the sun. 12-hour shifts are not the best for me in my emotional state. And so I started putting things in place so that I knew that in 10 years, I wouldn't have to be at the bedside anymore. And so now you may be a nurse in your 40s who is like, man, I don't want to be at the bedside anymore. What steps are we going to actually implement to actually manifest that vision? Because if you're just talking about it, but not creating those steps, you're not going to get as far as you'd like to get. And Yolanda, would you like to add anything to that?
Like you say, we just have to first, you need to understand what it is that you want. So, search your soul and find out what it is that you truly want to do. And then start making those steps. Like Eunice said, you need to start, write them down and make those steps. Carmen says her grand vision is to start school RNA or versus MBA. And Liz says she's going to start and complete RN school. So great visions. As we go along, continue to put your visions in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yes. All right, so we're going to talk about the SMART goals. If you're just telling me that you want to start a business and I ask you questions about capacity, such as who's going to answer the phones, we sometimes put the cart before the horse. So, whenever we're discussing SMART goals, a SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So, when you tell me about your visions, I just don't want to hear about your vision. We're going to create a plan to help you actually achieve that goal, and it needs to be realistic. For example, I said to decrease my cholesterol level by 30 points. I said in 2025, but that's a full year. My real goal is to do it by May. So what would be a SMART goal? So whenever we get to the next slides, I want you to be thinking about that, because if it's not time bound, then it's just not really anything you planned on doing in 2025. It was a nice to have on your vision board, but it's not something you're going to actually accomplish. And then Yolanda said, even though you have it, let's say you have your 3-month goal, your 6-month goal, your 9-month goal, and then your 12-month goals. Give yourself grace to be human. If you can't achieve everything in 12 months, it's okay. I've been trying to finish a book now for 6 months. So, it may not get done until the beginning of January, but that's okay. You are human. And so you have to give yourself grace. And we know that life be lifing and that it's not really stopping or slowing down. So don't be upset with yourself if you can't hit all 50 goals that you put on your vision board. And this is a big one for me. Yolanda, would you please read this one on Destiny Helpers versus Vision Killers?
Destiny helpers, mentors, coaches, and supportive friends who encourage your growth and challenge you to reach higher. These allies provide guidance, accountability, and resources to help manifest your vision. Vision killers, negative habits, toxic relationships, and self-doubt that drain your energy and derail your progress. Identifying these obstacles is the first step to overcoming them and protecting your goals. Here's another vision killer that I know. It says toxic relationships, but sometimes the very people that we love the most, you go and you share a dream with them and they say, child, you can't do that. And this is why, and they give you a whole list of reasons why you can't do it. So you have to be very, very careful with protecting what your dreams and goals are. And who you share those with. You want to share those with people who are going to be destiny helpers, mentors, coaches, and supportive friends who are going to encourage you and hold you accountable. When I wrote my first book, I had people and they would call me, what are you doing? Are you writing? And I'm like, no, you need to get to writing. That's what you need in your life.
Yes, definitely agree. And so I hope that Yolanda and I can serve as your destiny helpers, of course, with the other viewers in the comment area. But we haven't even gotten to our vision board yet. Before we go further, I want you to write down 5 destiny helpers, 5 people, 5 programs, 5 maybe community organizations that's going to help you reach your goal. Sometimes, as Yolanda said, it may not be a family member or friend. It could be an outside person. Yolanda is somebody I met at a networking group. So are you getting out? Are you making friends? Are your friends diverse? Does everybody look like you? Try to go out and meet new people. And the internet is scary, but it's a wonderful place, because had it not been for the internet, you would not have ran upon or came across me and Yolanda. So I'm going to write down my 5 destiny helpers, because we're going to need this before we get to our vision board, because these are the people that we can rely on, those trusted people who can help us with some of our goals. And then the vision killers, the way I look at those vision killers, I'm going to enlarge the screen. It's the lurkers. It's the people who are just waiting to say something negative and or waiting to suck the energy out of you. Who are the vision killers? Because I need for you to identify them, and to the best of your ability, keep your vision away from them. I know if it's a family member, especially if you live with them, you may not be able to avoid them entirely, but they don't have to know about your vision. You let us know. You let the supportive people know.
Social media can also be a vision killer. So be mindful with what you share on social media. Again, the internet is a great place to go sometimes for support, but sometimes, you put some stuff on Facebook and you get all of these negative comments. And people start reading those comments and believing them. So again, just be very mindful. And if something like that happens, it's easy to block those people, block those comments. It's very easy to get rid of the negativity if you so choose to.
Yes, and protect your vision, protect your dreams. give them less ammunition. And so, chat, I love that. The wife, the daughter, the church, career development, nursing educator at work, and my naysayers. Yes, your naysayers can motivate you.
Yes, they can. They did me.
So sometimes
Mine did me. Sure did.
when you have somebody who's on your tail who doesn't like you, it motivates you to be your best. So I think we need destiny helpers and vision killers, or at least somebody who is not always as positive, because it helps us to do more. Because it's not that we're trying to prove them wrong. It's just that now that you have somebody on your tail, it's like, okay, well, I see they're watching me. Let me actually give them something to watch. And then Sandra's from Haines Cities. Hey, Sandra. All right. And so we're going to start off with our spiritual goals. So if you have your vision board, now, if you're somebody who doesn't believe in God, whoever the higher power is that you believe in, I want you to write down a few of your spiritual goals. And I did this in what I thought the order of importance is. It's God, family, and then all the other stuff. And of course, don't forget about health. And so what are some of your spiritual goals? Your spiritual goals would be actionable steps. Begin with daily meditation, mindful exercises, or spiritual reading to build a consistent practice. And then setting a time frame. Don't try to pray or meditate at night, because usually you're going to fall asleep. So create a realistic schedule for your spiritual practice, allowing time for growth and reflection. And why does it matter? Spiritual growth brings inner peace, clarity, and a deeper understanding of your life's purpose. Everything that you do, it's like if you understand your why, if you tie it to a purpose, it seems that you'll accomplish it. And in addition to accomplishing it, you'll have the joy, more fulfillment when you do so. And Yolanda, is there anything you want to add to the spiritual goals?
Be real. Talk to God like he is your best friend. And just be real with him. Sometimes, we want to go and we need to pray. We think we need to pray a certain way or do that. That's not, that's not the way it has to be. He just wants you to be real. He knows you. Be your authentic self when you are in meditation with God, and listen. A lot of us, we talk a lot, but we don't listen. Listen, because he is telling us, he is confirming things to us. We have to listen, and then we have to take action.
Now, that spirit of discernment is huge.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm trying to so I know your vision board is going to look better than mine because I didn't pre-cut anything. I'm doing it on a whim, but one of the items that I have here says get connected with God. So it has like the Wi-Fi signal. And so we're going to get connected with God. That's one of the things. And remember, God is not in a building. So there's nothing wrong with going to church, but you need to have a relationship on your own for yourself. And whether it's the Bible, whatever other religious reference that you use, let's get connected. Let's pick up a Bible, a book, and let's read. Now let's talk about our family goals. All right, so for family goals, outline goals for your family life. Consider relationships, quality time, or milestones. And so those actionable steps, what specific action will you take to achieve your goal, your time frame, and then why it matters. Let's see what you put in the chat. And then I'm also going to go back and start filling out our board. And so, Yolanda, what are some of your family goals for 2025?
Well, I have a new grandbaby coming. So one of my family goals is to continue the legacy. And that's why I'm doing the investment, because I want to be able to leave, my grandchildren in a better space than I started when I was a young child. I'm sorry to interrupt you. For somebody else who may be interested in learning more about investment, even though I know that you are not a financial representative, what recommendations do you have for them? The first thing I would tell them is to go to YouTube and follow a gentleman named Chris Sain, Sain. Chris is an amazing young man who is a multimillionaire from investing. And I'll tell you quickly, Eunice sent me a article, had nothing to do with Chris. I went and read that article, and then I found Chris. So sometimes you just have to look, things will come to you. You just read and look. But there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of resources out there. And like Eunice said, I'm going to do a business strategy session next month. And so I'll give you guys some more information during that session about where else to go to get some additional information when it comes to investing.
Thank you so much for sharing, Yolanda. So my family goals for 2025 include finally taking a family vacation.
Yay.
And Jalen and I are going to start going to the gym. He reminded me of my words to him, and he said, "Hey, Mom, you're supposed to be taking me to the gym." So we're going to start going to the gym twice per week.
Oh, that's accountability.
Yep, accountability. And I love the fact. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just love the fact that he brought it up. So it's something that he wants to do, which means that he'll be more likely to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
All
My
right.
family and I are going on a cruise in March. I planned it last year, but we're going to set sail. We're going to Mexico. It's the first time that all of us have been together in a long time, and we'll be able to relax and have a really, really amazing time. So I'm very excited about that.
It sounds like so much fun. And as a wonderful host that you are, you don't have to cook, don't have to clean. Mm-mm. Everything's taken care of.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see what the family goals are from the viewers.
So we got Hamdi says his goal is to meet his mom again.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Chase says spend time in prayer and music ministry with his wife. Let's see what else we got here. Rosebeth goal is to find a chosen family.
And so Leonie said that Leonie, I do apologize, that they'll check out the Chris Spain video. So that was a good reference. Thank you, Yolanda.
You're welcome. All right, but it's Sain, Sain. So when you look for it, you'll find it. Sain.
I do apologize. I put Spain.
It's okay. Sain. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Joyce put concentrate on what I want for myself versus what they want. That's right. You're making yourself a priority and going out with my daughters more often and work on family goals in 2025. I'm so happy that we are prioritizing ourselves and our family, because these jobs, of course we need them because we need income, but we also need our family and those connections. Those are vital for your health goals. So we talked about spiritual goals, family goals. Now let's talk about our health goals.
Hamdi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Apologize for that, girl.
All right. And so for health goals, look, I put somebody who was, who reminds me of me, somebody who is nice and voluptuous. So those physical goals, setting realistic goals. You all, I did not lie to myself. I said I'm going to the gym twice per week. Now that's gonna be pretty good for me. So twice per week. And then I'm gonna show you about my nutritional goals. You all are going to be so proud of your favorite nurse buddy. As soon as I can cut this out, I'll show it to you.
Well, Level Up says one of her goals is better sleep, hygiene, and rest. Resting is important. We have to be able to rest our bodies. So that is so important especially as we're getting older. Like Nurse Eunice said, we're in our 40s, but Yolanda will be 50 in less than 2 months. So I'm coming up on my golden year here.
And we want to enjoy.
Our goal is to lose weight and to be able to get healthy, get off insulin. That is absolutely a possibility. Joyce says she wants to lose 30 pounds by July.
Okay, Joyce, we're going to be there together, girl.
Rhonda has joined the gym. She says she hasn't been but once as of yet. That's all right. You've been one time. One time is more than 0 times. You keep working it. Perseverance, Rhonda. Keep working.
Keep
And
working it.
ladies and gentlemen, when you fall off, because there will be times that you fall off, get back up, brush yourself off, and get back to it. Okay.
All right. And
Fitness
so
days, and commit to 3 days a week for 45 minutes of gym time during nursing school. Awesome.
what? All right. So you all, I tried to last year because I'm so busy running the business, doing the videos. I tried to hire somebody to do my meal prepping. And so when I was pouring off some of the juice from the green beans, I saw a layer of grease. So my 2025, one of my goals for 2025 is to not depend on anybody else to do my meal prep. And it may be hard to see, but I already have the containers. I just need to start meal prepping. Did you know that if you spend I think it's $27 per day. So you're getting your morning coffee and then you order a salad. That's pretty much $27.
These days.
That equates to $10,000 a year. So by me just simply meal prepping, not only will I be helping my cholesterol from the hidden grease and the things that people are cooking for me, but I will also be helping my pocket. So, and mental, it may have been Italian dressing, but Rhonda, I wasn't expecting grease. I was not. It made me really rethink everything. It was like a layer of oil, and it could have been Italian dressing, but I really just thought that she would season it with like chicken broth or something. So it's just going to be better if I start cooking on my own, so I could,
or it could have been a healthy oil. It could have been an avocado oil or something as well. Now.
Y'all, I'm just going to take matters into my own hands and I'm going to meal prep. Now, mental wellness, we don't think about that, but a lot of you all are in nursing school, you have businesses, and this life is stressful. So what are you doing for your mental health? I love taking walks. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Yolanda, what do you do when you're stressed out?
I as well like to walk. I usually walk and listen to music. I have a favorite park that I like to go to, and the people there probably think I'm stone cold crazy because I'm walking, I'm praying to God, I'm singing my usually it's gospel, and like I say, I just have me a good time all by myself. So they be looking at me like that lady is strange.
But she's decompressing and she gets to go to work with corporate America and actually be functional and not let those people stress her out. So yes, we will definitely take that.
And it gives me time with God. I feel closer to God. I'm out in the nature, and like I say, I'm refreshed because I can see and smell and hear all of God's creatures and all of His awesomeness. So it's amazing.
Yeah, without all the distractions. All right, so let's see. Helen says she loved to take a walk also. Fitness Babe says listen to music. Liz is bowling. Liz, I'm not a good bowler, so.
It says it's a great stress reliever, though. That's awesome, Liz. I pay too much for my fingernails to bowl, so
but she's doing it with family too. So do you know how fun it is to bowl with family on a regular? Yeah, absolutely. That is a stress reliever. All right, so let's go to our next one. And thank you all for being here. I know it's such a strange concept to have an online virtual vision board party, but I'm just seeing so much negativity in the news and with the world. And I want everybody to know that it's not all bad. There are good things that have happened to us. We just need to take the time to reflect upon it. And one of my favorite content creators said that 2025 is going to be a very bad year. And I was like, oh no, she needs to speak that over her own life. She ain't speaking it over my life. So
amen. Amen.
All right, so now we're off. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Sharetta says she likes to travel and sit near water. Soyor, I may be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. Says she loves to play video games.
And then Joyce likes to, let's go back. She likes to breathe, relaxation, listen to music, and have the pleasure of talking to God. All right, daily. That is therapy. All right, so good job on your health goals. I hope you have something on your board. Let's go to career goals. Yolanda, do you mind taking this one away?
Sure. Define your professional aspirations. Think about promotions, skill developments, and entrepreneurship. Don't be afraid to pivot. Promotion opportunities. Research potential opportunities for promotion within your field and set concrete goals for when you would like to apply or be considered for those positions. Skill development. Identify the skills you want to improve or acquire to progress in your career. Set measurable goals for each skill and create a plan to gain those skills. Entrepreneurship. Consider your unique skills, interests, and passions when exploring the possibility of starting your own business. Research the market, develop a business plan, and seek mentorship or guidance from experienced entrepreneurs. And again, I'm going to do a strategy session next month. Eunice and I are going to do that. And so we're going to talk about entrepreneurship a little more deeply there. So as you are putting together your vision board today, think about what it is that you are passionate about. If you find something that you're passionate about, you never work a day in your life.
That's right. I love that. So any certifications or career goals for this year, Yolanda?
Yes, like I say, for 2025, I'm going to do my family mediation. So that's a 40-hour class that I'm going to take in March, right before my family cruise. So I'll be good and ready to go decompress. And then I'll come back and I'll start doing my observations. And that will probably take me about 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years to get those done. Because my overall big plan is I'm going to open a mediation center here in Jacksonville in 2026.
I love it. So my goals as far as entrepreneurship is to finally get Florida Training Academy trademark. So not trademark, franchise, because we have the trademark now. And so it's probably going to be the latter half of 2025, that I'll start reaching out to a trademark attorney. And then also skill development is I'm good with AI, but I really want to take a course in AI and get certified in AI because I'm teaching it to others, but I just feel like there's so many new apps that are coming out, and I want to be versed on some of the newer apps.
That is awesome. Sandra says her goals is to open her CNA school and CPR class and take the CPR training course.
You can do it, Sandra. How soon are you looking to get started? All right, so I did some cutting over here. Let's see if Joyce, Retta, Hamdi, Angela, let's see if they have any comments as far as what their career goals are or their entrepreneurship goals. If anybody already has a business, I know that Joyce or Level Up has a business. Anyone else has a business that you already have open? If so, you can put that information in the chat. At the end, I may not do it on camera, but at the end, I'll be definitely praying for you all. So part of my vision is I feel that if I am led to cover you, I have to pray for you. So I'm going to be praying for everybody and their visions that they come to life, and that we also can work together to help you achieve those visions.
Absolutely. Chase is going to maintain employment with a new position at a long-term care facility that sponsored his CNA training and take upcoming Prometric CNA exam.
That's right. That's right. And so it's so vital that I love the fact that you are going to grow at that facility and that they invested in you and that you're staying, because a lot of people don't have that level of commitment nowadays.
Or loyalty.
So if they're willing to pay for your CNA, they're probably also willing to help you pay for nursing school. So I am so proud of you.
That's awesome. Hamdi says I got it right this time, Hamdi. Her career goal is to become a CNA and to start to work this summer. Leonie, yes, I am talking about court mediation. Like I say, I'm a Florida Supreme Court mediator. I currently do county and circuit civil. And so the next one is going to be family. Joyce says to open her breakfast stand. It's going to start January or February.
Ooh.
Joyce can cook very well, so that's going to be a true success. Helen, her goal is to pass her CNA test and get a job. You go, Helen. We believe in you. You can do it. We know you can. Yazin, her career plan is to change her current job. Level Up says she's adding notary services and home care business in 2025. That's
Good.
great. Colette, that's kind of how I got into mediation. I started doing notary services. That's a great service. I helped a lot of people. Um, Rose Beth, her current career goal is to start working this spring so she can afford an apartment this summer when school's out.
I
You can do
remember
it,
those
Rose
days,
Beth.
Rosebeth. Girl, my
Yeah,
prayers are with you.
yes. And you're going to be able to do it. You're going to do exactly what you want to do. Joyce,
Yeah.
employment expansion is on the table. You're welcome, Leonie.
And
Um,
Yasmin, shh, your secret's safe with us.
oh yeah, we will not tell your boss. Absolutely not. Hopefully your boss is not on this stream, but we won't tell.
All right, so great job, everybody. All right, so personal growth goals. Your educational growth, which we just kind of talked about with everybody, your self-care journey. That's not we talk a lot about. You all, I went and got a Himalayan scrub. That lady
Mm,
scrubbed all of my stress away. So, what are
mm.
you doing for self care? Some of you all take walks, but are you doing anything additional? Any spas, any massages? What about the stretch lab? What are you doing to help take care of yourself? And then hobby development. Oh. So, let me show you all my photos on hobby development. I'm going to make this big because Nurse Eunice is going to have a chicken coop in 2025. In addition to having a chicken coop in 2025, I'm going to have me a raised garden. I'm going to start
Yes.
eating food from my own garden. And so
Mhm.
I probably need to have a SMART goal and to tell you, by when, but by spring. So that should give me ample time. No, not by spring. Spring is March. By April.
There you go.
So, what are some of your personal growth goals
Well,
or hobbies, etc.?
one of my personal growth goals, I renovated my home last year, guys. And so for my birthday in February of this year, my kids gave me a spa day. They sent me out to Ponte Vedra Inn and Spa. And so I as well had a salt bath and a massage and was just treated like a queen for a day. I mean, it was so amazing. So that is definitely one of my self-care journeys that I'm going to do. And I plan to do that twice a year, every 6 months to just, rejuvenate my body, my skin. I felt so amazing. I was so soft. And then afterwards, I took myself to dinner. I went by myself and I just had a wonderful time. When I came home, I was so relaxed and I laid in the bed and I had a wonderful night's sleep. It was amazing.
That sounds like fun. But Leonie says, I have to see the potted gardening. Yes, I want to see it. My
Yeah,
name
me
is the same
too.
on Facebook. So it's Eunice Mathis on Facebook. I would love to see your garden. I hate that you all can't show your photos here on YouTube.
They says loan signing and getting things straight,
Mhm.
sharing hands, redoing her garden, and
And she
building a
started
deck
building a deck on the
on the
patio.
patio.
We have to
That's
see
one
that
of the
video.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to do at my house. I want to do some stuff at the house. That is great, carrying hands. Rhonda says one thing that I've recently purchased: a 48-piece coloring pencils and a flowers coloring book for adults. That's amazing. A lot of people don't realize or remember that coloring is so relaxing. There are also apps that you can download and color online. So remember that.
And then what I was thinking was Rhonda, both Yolanda and I are authors. So at the end, you'll see how you can purchase my books, my journals. But have you ever thought about making your own adult coloring book?
Yeah, that's definitely something that you can
It's
do.
not hard.
It is not hard at all.
Hey,
Yeah,
Karen Han says that she did it herself. So the video is coming soon. Can't wait to see
awesome.
it.
Can't
Oh,
wait to
look,
see it.
and I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name. Yassine is going to play the guitar. Are you all
Hmm.
going to do this on YouTube?
Yes, this is amazing. Learn to play the guitar.
Level up says tiny house. That's it. I'm done. I'm coming.
Wait, no, she said she's gonna add some rain barrels to her tiny house to water her raised garden.
I know I want a tiny house too, but next we're going to
I
talk about
don't. I
those.
have way too much junk for a tiny house, but that's amazing. If you can live in a tiny house, I think that is so amazing.
Oh,
Jay said she
ice
would like to get an
tub dip.
ice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's wow. That's amazing.
Jay, I wouldn't be able to move afterwards. I'm sorry. Instant cardiac arrest. Go
All
ahead and
right,
start
Jasmine.
CPR.
Okay, Jasmine, I'm glad we're pronouncing your name right. Rose Beth says she has a passion for poetry writing, and she's been working on writing a poetry book, but I seriously need to set aside a time limit if I ever want to finish. I can relate to that. I,
You
like
gotta put
Eunice
it
said,
on the
I'm
board.
also an author, and I am turning my book into a movie. I've written the first screenplay, but again, I need to sit and write. So that is one of my goals for 2025 as well, is to set aside time to get up and write. Joyce says she loves perfumes and facials, so she's going to invest in purchasing a brand fragrances for purchases. A name
Hmm.
brand. Okay, a name brand. Sorry, name brand fragrances for purchases. Okay.
I love all these unique ideals. And Maria, of course, says,
Absolutely.
good luck years 2024. So, and better years in 2025.
Right.
Well, so here's a biggie, everybody. Those financial goals. So setting goals, we want to create specific saving targets by for key milestones like home down payments, dream vacations, develop a budget that allocates regular portions of income to savings, and identify opportunities to reduce expenses for faster goal achievement. Investment strategies. Explore various investment vehicles to build long term wealth. Partner with financial advisors to craft personalized investment strategies. Beware of scammers. And
Mhm.
maintain regular portfolio monitoring to ensure alignment with your objectives. And then the budget management. Implement comprehensive. I know that sounds scary, but implement a way to track your expenses and your income. Create clear spending categories to identify saving opportunities and regularly review progress toward your financial targets.
This is amazing, guys. We cannot go forward and fund our goals if we don't have money to do it.
That's
Okay.
right. And so, savings goals. One of the ways that I'm going to show you all again, I know it's hard to see, it says 100% debt free. The way that I'm going to be debt free is I'm going to stop shopping at Temu and I'm going to start cooking. There's no reason for me to have this many clothes. All I do is wear medical uniforms. So why must I shop at Temu like every 3 days? It's an addiction. Temu makes me feel special. When I wake up, there's an email or a text message that says, "Hey, we love you. We miss you. You're a winner." And so
Or there's a
I'm going to
bag at your
try
door.
to delete the app. I'm going to try.
You sound like my daughter-in-law. Or there's a bag at your door. You know, I love Timu. It's probably my fault is that you own Timu. I'm sure it's my fault. But I gave up Timu, but I also replaced it with another habit, and that habit is Robinhood. So I am investing. I've been a long-term investor, so this is nothing new for me. But I have just started to trade options, so I am learning. And again, Chris Sane had a lot to do with that, and some of his pro investors like Alpha Trader. So at the end of the day, um, I'm not giving up Robinhood. I can't give up Robinhood because literally I am making money. Not the money that I want to make yet, but I'm making money. So I know I love Robinhood to level up. And then the other thing
Right.
for me is, budget. We always have to budget. Even when we make good money, we still need the budget, because just because, like I was telling my cousin earlier today, we were on the phone talking, just because I can spend $1 for it, if I can get it for 50 cents, I'm going to pay 50 cents for it. Now I want good quality stuff. Don't misunderstand. But look around, shop around, make sure you're doing your comparisons before you hit that buy button. Helen
And,
says she
and
loves Timu too, girl. It's
Mhm.
an
And,
addiction.
and and then let's talk about the over consumerism. Like when I look at my closet and I'm seeing all these clothes and all this stuff that I bought, like my
Mhm.
son literally does not want any more clothes. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm over it." So I need to just be a better steward of the money that God has given me. I was talking to
Mhm.
somebody today about the land that I own. So when you talk about investment, don't forget they're not making any more land. So
Right.
if you can buy a plot of land, even if it's a cheap plot of land, buy land, invest in businesses. Most of my friends, we all are entrepreneurs, we're business owners, because that is something that creates generational wealth that we can pass down to
Mhm.
our kids. But
Absolutely.
they were telling me, they were like, hey, you should get land. And I was like, hey, I already have some land. And the guy reminded me of my vision. He sounded like he was me talking to somebody else. His response was, well, why don't you save up money to build on your land? And I started talking about, well, it's going to be $75,000 for the utilities, etc. And he looked at me as if I couldn't, come up with that within a year. And it made me feel bad because he was absolutely right. If I would just focus on what I needed to focus on, I would have the money that I needed to develop my land and, probably be more able to get a commercial loan in order to build a new
Hmm.
building. And so
Hmm.
one of the things that I want in my future is going to be, let's make this larger.
A
So it's not
building.
a huge building, but I used to have my own office. So right now we're like in a mall and we don't control everything, So I want to have my own building again, with multiple classrooms so that we can be teaching multiple courses simultaneously. And I'm sorry, there's not a lot of money for small business owners. I know people say there's a whole bunch of grants and stuff out there, but I've not been so fortunate. So if I don't get it from the dirt, if I don't get it from working for it, I don't get it. But it was just so powerful that this man reminded me of, well, maybe if he didn't say stop eating out, but he was just like, you can do this. You can actually come up with the money you need to develop your land. And so I hope that someone can speak life into you like that, if not today, this week, so that you can really focus on your investment. Because even if I sell the building, if I sell the business, excuse me, that land in that building would still belong to the business. It's still an additional asset. So think about those other assets that you probably forgot about. And then as far as
Right.
budgeting, I'm going to show you this one right here, and then we'll read your comments. Americans spend $18,000 per year per person on non-essential purchases.
I think
So,
that number is kind of low. I think we spend more than 18,000. I
wow.
think that's a low number.
So we have the money, we just need to reallocate it, put it elsewhere.
And make
And the last
sacrifice.
thing I do want to show Yolanda is, because you mentioned creating generational wealth and buying stocks and investing for your grandkids, is that we actually have to teach our grandkids and our children how to invest. So in addition to me taking a course in AI, I want to make sure that I purchase a book such as this one, Bitcoin for Kids, so that my son understands crypto. Because just buying it for him and him not understanding it, I don't think it's going to be as useful. But the kids need to understand cryptocurrency, even if we don't understand it as well as for adults. That may be their future. So you want to make sure that if you haven't started doing the research, that you do so.
And let me add, not just Bitcoin, they need to understand currency. They need to understand
Mhm.
how we get it and what the meaning of it is. And we have to make sacrifices. Like Fitness Babe says she's not going to buy any pocketbooks, shoes, or clothes in 2025. So, sometimes that's a sacrifice. Chet says he's approaching 60 years old in 6 months and making plans for life activities of the ultimate retirement era, the
I
seven
love
year
that.
stretch completion. Ellen says she loves Timo, but she needs to take a break. So again, sometimes we have to deny ourselves that oh that's pretty and I want that. Sometimes we do have to deny that to get to our goals. Let's see. Joyce says she's want to pay off some small debts. And Yolanda I've given her a brilliant idea to obtain a self credit card to build her credit. And that's in the works currently.
Good.
Sharing hands, stay off Timu.
And
Hamdi
because we
said,
mentioned Timu so much, all the commercials
okay,
that come on are going to
well,
be Timu
I
commercials.
was gonna say they need to be a sponsor for our next one. Um, and as much money as I spent with Timu, they need to definitely be a sponsor. Hamdi says has trouble with budget management, but if I go outside, I spend a lot of money. So there's
Mm,
some different things that you can do there, Hamdi. If you're spending cash money, then don't only take a certain amount. If you are using credit cards, I would tell you take your credit cards and freeze them in a block of water So anytime that you need to use that credit card, you have to unfreeze it. And by the time it unfreeze, that gives you time to think about it and see if that's really something that you have to have.
All right, so I'm not going
And
to say freeze your cards, but maybe get a card that has like some cashback rewards or some points for travel or something. If you're going to make a purchase anyway, go ahead and get those points. I took my last vacation due to my points on my credit card. So my brother, he's awesome. Of course, that means you need to pay the balance off within a 28-day cycle or whatever. Pay it off within that monthly billing cycle. But if you could do so, you can actually rack up some points that you can use for other items. So you can freeze it, or if you're a business owner and you gotta pay for stuff anyway, go ahead and get a card that actually gives you some rewards in return.
and that is good. But like she says she's having trouble. So that's why I say freeze it, because then it makes you think. You have to think about it as it falls. Always keep one. You want to keep a small one available in case of emergency. And take those if you have mobile wallet. You're going to have to take those cards out that mobile wallet because that's easy access. So that's why I say freeze them, because it doesn't give you such easy access. Level Up says they want to build a tiny house village. That is one of my goals as well. Eventually.
Me too. We all need land. Yeah.
Yes. Chet says prepare for retirement and save more consistently. I love when I can look at my bank account and I see that money growing. It is just, it makes my heart just flutter. Excuse me. So saving consistently is very easy to do. And there are different ways you can do it. One of the ways is, if you've not heard of this app called Acorns. Acorns is a great way to save. And you can also link your cards to it. I know I just told somebody to freeze their card, but you can also link your cards to it. So as you are swiping your cards for grocery, gas, and all of that stuff, you can do what they call level up. And if it's 79 cents, you put the additional up to that next dollar. So that 21 cents will go into your Acorns account. And believe it or not, I have saved a lot of money over in my Acorns account. It actually paid for one of my vacations.
Yep. Thank you for mentioning that. So, not throwing shade at anybody, but at the end of the year, everybody's like, hey, my kids need, not everybody. People are saying, hey, my kid needs gifts. My kids need this. And it's like, well, you've had like a whole year to save $50 a month, so that we knew that this holiday season was coming, so that you'd be prepared. And so what I use Acorn for is actually for gifts. So whatever money I've saved up, the $50 per month, that's all the gifts, that's the $600 total. I don't exceed that. So that's the gifts for the parents, the gifts for my son, because I believe that Christmas is every day, and I'm not going to go into debt just trying to help people or purchase things that they're really not going to utilize. So Acorns could be used to help you pay off your, maybe pay for your school books if you're in school, but try to find I guess like a secondary account that you won't touch, but that doesn't penalize you for withdrawing the money.
Right. And here's another one. There's an app called Fetch Rewards, and your receipts, anything you buy, I don't care if it's gas, groceries, whatever, you just scan your receipts and you can go through and build points, and then you can get gift cards, and you can get gift cards to anywhere. I mean, there are so many different restaurants, stores. It's just so much out there. And so like I have like 72,000 Fetch Reward points. So I can go on and get gift cards as gifts as well. And that's not costing me anything. It literally takes a minute. Go into the app, scan the receipt, and it gives you 25 or more points. It's free. You can't beat it, guys.
Can't beat it. I think someone had asked about the best card for rewards. I use my American Express. Do you use cards for rewards? And if so, Yolanda, which one works best for you?
My best card right now is my Priceline Visa.
Okay. So I'm going to put that in the chat for rewards. And if anyone else is using a card for rewards, please put that information in the chat, or if you have any other budgeting, investing, or savings tips. So for rewards, you said it was, what was it, Yolanda?
It's my Priceline, a Visa. And then my Apple Card also. I have an Apple Card, and so Apple gives me cash back. There's 1%, 2%. So both of those cards are really good. I can go sometimes and pull up my app and like, oh, I got $30 or whatever. So yeah.
All right, so Leonie says Fidelity Investments has the $1 a week savings increase each week is very good savings $2 per year. That is great information, Leonie.
Absolutely. Thank you.
right, one of my favorite ones, content creation. All right, so we only have a few people on here, so I can tell you that content creation has replaced my nurse salary. So I need for you all to take content creation seriously. Um, because I know I have sometimes people who watch my videos who don't like me. I'm not going to say how much. I'm just going to say that yeah. Press play, press record. Don't be afraid. You don't have to be perfect. You can be chubby, you can be overweight. As you're going to find an audience, and yeah, the first year is going to suck. But once you get past that first year, you're going to find an audience, and you're going to find a way to monetize some of the things that you do and some of the things that you say. Someone mentioned branding like a perfume line. Don't forget that you are a brand. And so that's why I had to
Absolutely.
start separating Florida Training Academy versus me, because eventually I'm going to sell the business. But just because I sell the business doesn't mean that I'm just going to sit back and be quiet. I'm just going to nurse differently. And so that's why I have two channels now, because Nurse Eunice, that channel, is going to talk about lifestyle. It's going to be doing NCLEX prep and some other things. But there were some nurses who were just arrested, or not just nurses, medical staff who were arrested in Virginia, like 18 of them. That may not be something I can talk about on Florida Training Academy, but on my own personal channel, that'll be something that I can discuss. And so, have you all considered content creation? And if so, like, what would you talk about? Journal it, write it down. So I have like this huge board in my house. And anytime I come up with an ideal, I write it on the board. And I don't always get to it. I have presentations lined up where if I had time to create everything, I could. But I would recommend also that you don't niche down. Again, if I was just a nurse who wanted to work in a hospital, I'd probably be miserable right now because that wasn't my personality. I have ADHD. I need to be busy doing stuff. And so don't let anybody put you in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't allow them to put you in a box. Be as creative as you can and use every talent that God gave you. Even if you can't use them all in 2025, your talent will find room, and you will be able to utilize those skills that you have soon. What would you add,
Absolutely.
Yolanda?
Well, let me go back, and I want to get this because Liz gave us a great tip here. She said from Fetch, she gets the Visa cards and then she pays a bill with it.
What?
That is, yes, Liz, girl. That is amazing. I've never thought about that. I'm gonna pay a bill. Awesome. But to add on creative goals, I can understand it is hard to find the time. I work a full-time job. I'm busy in my community. There's a lot of stuff going on, and Nurse Eunice is always on me about my content creation. So that's one of my goals for 2025 is really getting my podcast back up and doing some of the things that I want. I love to do it. I enjoy doing it. I just need to do it. But I had to realize and be honest with myself. And a lot of times I am my own worst critic. I will sit and record a video and go back and look at it and be like, well, you said this and you started here and you did this and you did that. And that's what really prevents me from doing content. And I have to get out of that. I mean, nobody is perfect. And I have to accept that and, make my mistakes, learn from them and keep it moving. So that is one of the things that I plan on doing creatively this year. And like she said, don't niche down. Journal as well, but definitely don't niche down. A lot of times we are our own worst critics. It's because, oh, I've looked this, I don't this, my face is fat, my teeth is this, my tooth crooked, whatever it is, get over it. Keep it moving.
Yeah. So I always tell people that perfection is never the goal for me. I've never, I'm like, oh, that's unnecessary pressure. It's bad enough. I got to fight everybody. I got to fight the whole world. I got to, I'm a woman in a man's world. I own a business, safety and medical. I got to, I just have so many responsibilities, and now I have to show up and to not be authentic. So when you see me on camera, when you come into my office, that's what I look like. I got on my scrubs. I have on usually blue uniform, white lab coat. That's what I look like. That's authentic for me. So for me to come to you any other way, when you see me in person, you'd be like, well, who's that person we see on camera? Because she's not polished like that. I screw up words. I'm from down south. And I'm okay with being imperfect. And if you are afraid to start creating content because you're worried about being perfect, don't, because most of the perfect people are not real. That's not their true identity.
She's right. Level Up says, how do you find time to create content? And like you say, it is hard, but it's, you have to schedule. It's something that you have to, set aside a time. I know for me, I'm gonna start my sacrifice. I talked earlier about us making sacrifices. My sacrifice is I'm gonna have to get up in the morning earlier than I do. I'm gonna put my makeup on and I'm gonna create my content. Or if something happens and I can't do that, then when I get home, no matter how tired I am, I'm going to go in that office and turn them lights on and I'm going to create that content.
Yeah. So having it already set up helps a lot. So having your lights and stuff set up in the summers, I'm able to create more content because I don't have to get up and take my son to school. And so when Yolanda says get up early, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. regardless, whether it's to start checking emails. I go to sleep checking emails. I wake up checking emails. But if I know that I have time to create a video, when I wake up at 5 a.m., I already have my presentation. I'm just going to get up and I'm going to shoot that video. But now it's a little bit harder because I'm dating. And so the times I used to have in the evenings, I don't have as much anymore. And so it's a little bit challenging now, but I force myself to create at least 1 to 2 videos a week. I'd love to create 5 videos a week. My bank account would love if I created 5 videos a week, but because my videos tend to be longer, I just have to give myself grace. And there's going to be a time where I have more help, or my son won't, like right now, he doesn't have to be to school because of the Christmas break. So maybe next week I can shoot 3 videos. And then I also elicit a team. So we have interns. The interns help with the presentations, the slides. And that saves me a lot of time because previously, not only was I coming up with the ideals, coming up with the script, creating a presentation, creating the description, advertising the video, creating the thumbnail, and then shooting the video. So if you can elicit help from maybe a teenager in your family to help you, if you have a business, reach out to those community organizations to see if they have any teens who need job training, job skills. And so if you can partner with those organizations, that would be free labor, especially during the summertime, where you're helping them learn a skill, and in turn, they're helping you create the content, because the kids are amazing with content creation.
They really are. Heart to Heart Inspiration says, thank you. I love my podcast and I go live every Sunday talking with people from all walks of life. I am a nurse, and Nurse Eunice, you inspired me to start creating content. Go, girl. You better do it.
Now, what is the name of your podcast? Because we need to, of course, tune in.
Let us know.
Because tomorrow is Sunday. And so Jay says that, and Jay, I do apologize. I'm going to say he. Jay says that he's ready to start creating content. Jay, I'm sorry, Jay, what would you create content about? All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide. And so now we're almost to the end, but don't leave just yet, because as I told you before, Yolanda is one of my accountability partners. So what I love about Yolanda is that we try to meet we used to try to meet weekly. And so now it's like about every 2 weeks. But if I don't care how crazy the ideal is, Yolanda never tells me no. And we never discuss the same problem twice, because I feel that if she's taking time out of her day, as busy as she is, to come and meet with me to talk about a problem, an issue, a business idea that I have, when I come back to her the second time, I can't be in the same spot I was. So usually by the time I come back and discuss that again, I'm like, girl, I tried A, B, C, and D, and these were the results. And so we get so far ahead because we have each other to depend upon, and that we don't tell each other no. We actually vet out our ideals. So if you need an accountability partner, and I know Level Up, she's scheduled for the business consultation next week, but I definitely need you to stay focused. And so one of the items that I'm going to be adding to my vision board, sorry about that. Got a whole bunch of mess over here.
While you're doing that, Liz is saying she won't have an audience. Yes, ma'am, you absolutely do. There is all kind of audiences out there.
Yeah, you probably will. Don't forget I ChatGPT. I ChatGPT who your audience is, but then, you just never know who your audience is going to be. Everybody, I need you to stay focused. I don't care what happens. Do you know how many distractions are going to start coming to you now because you're like thinking about your 2025 and we're talking about content creation and now your Wi-Fi is all of a sudden going to stop working?
Or you can look like today. I got to hear your computer's gonna gonna shut down on you.
So it's not funny, but it's funny. You know it's going to happen because it's like, wow, I really want to do this. And that's when everything just starts going crazy. So I need for you to stay focused. I need for you to find your support system. And so if you don't have a support system and I get a lot of contacts. People are saying, hey, I want to speak with Nurse Eunice. Well, I'm here running a business. So when I'm not running a business, I'm being a mom and then I'm creating content. And so I do now have
And
a
we're
number.
trying to get her married.
And trying to get married. Yeah, we forgot about those relationship goals. Hold up. I didn't put that on board. I don't know what happened to that. And so my number is 812-4-Eunice. How cute is that? 812-4-Eunice. Yes, charges may apply, but I need for you to invest in the people who invest in you. I give out so much free content. And so it wouldn't be right if I just keep giving away free things, because on one of our next slides, we're going to talk about reciprocity. So when me and Yolanda meet up, it's never one-sided. It is, we are going backwards and forward. We are exchanging information. We're exchanging knowledge, and we're also exchanging resources. So Yolanda, do you have time to read the reciprocity slide?
Absolutely. Reciprocity is the act of giving and receiving support, encouragement, and assistance in a mutually beneficial way. By fostering a culture of reciprocity, we create a network of individuals who are invested in each other's success. This support system not only helps us reach our goals, but also allows us to flourish and grow together. Invest in others, support those who support you, fostering a mutually beneficial network. Build a network. Together, we can create a supportive community for growth and success.
Yes. So this is what I want you all to consider. The next time you go to somebody and you want to say, I need help, because this whole vision board has been about you. The next time you go to someone, instead of saying, I need help, I want you to go to that person who you adore, who you admire, and I want you to say, how can I help you? That's going to totally freak them out. You're going to be like their best friend, because a lot of leaders don't even know how to accept help. And if they do know how to accept help, they rarely have a person who helps them. It's usually always the opposite. And so my main takeaway from this whole vision board process is, yes, we're going to get our finances in order. Yes, we're going to get these new certifications. But at the end of the day, if you're not helping somebody else, if you're not reaching back and reaching up simultaneously, you're doing yourself a disservice. So build that network, but don't be the leech in that network. And so looks like Level Up has made 2 videos. Jay says, yes, stay focused. And Yolanda,
we need to know that podcast. What's the name of the podcast? So, and where can we find it at?
Oh, did she not put that? Because I totally forgot.
I haven't seen it. Let me go back and look. I'm gonna go back and
that was Heart to Heart Inspiration. So, maybe it's Heart to Heart Inspiration. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. But yeah, let us know where we can find you so we can support you as well.
Okay. And I'm going to put my email in the chat. Yolanda, would you put your email address in the chat also?
No, ma'am, because mine says join the chat, and I tried and it wouldn't let me. So would you put mine in the chat?
All right. So which one do you want me to put? What is it?
Yolanda at tuckertrained.com.
All right. And so now we want to celebrate with you, because you all have been here with us for an hour. I hope that you have a takeaway. A takeaway is something that you learned, or something that, maybe was reinforced, something that maybe you forgot. Yeah, you can budget. We can save money. We can start exercising. We can make those SMART goals. We can have a better 2025 than we had a 2024. And so if you enjoyed anything, if you have a takeaway, please put it in the actual chat area. But I want you to celebrate your progress and your commitment to your vision. And this time next year, when we meet up again, I know that you all would have had saved some money, because we mentioned you saving money. You're going to be, I know some of you all were starting nursing school, so you should be finishing your first or second term of nursing school. And then, as I said, hopefully next year, I'm going to be a little bit closer to having my own office building. And so this time next year, Yolanda, what would you like to have had accomplished? Something that, that would really, really, really be one of your big visions.
Like I say, I want to open a mediation center. So I also want to buy land to build my own building for my mediation center. So that's the big goal, is to have a piece of land that I can build my mediation center on for 26 or 27.
That's amazing. And there's one more goal I forgot, everybody. This is so near and dear to me, because I have a lot of nurse buddies who are from different races, but I realize outside of my nursing buddies, I don't have much diversity in my friend circle. And that's not my usual. And so this year, 2025 coming up, I want to have more diversity in my friend circle. So I know my viewers are diverse, but I can't really just pick up the phone and call somebody who doesn't look like me. And that's not my usual. So diversity in my friend group.
And listen, ladies and gentlemen, celebrate the small wins.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate the small wins, because as you celebrate the small wins, that gives you the motivation to get to the bigger ones. So if it's nothing more than drinking, we had sparkling grape juice. Sparkling, what you call it? Sparkling Jesus juice.
Yeah, it tastes just like Jesus juice. Communion over here.
There you go. So celebrate. It doesn't have to be anything big. If it's your favorite candy or something, celebrate yourself. We have to celebrate ourselves.
Yeah. And so you all, I will see you, if not tomorrow. It won't be tomorrow. More than likely Monday for another live, something medical related. I got like this whole ACLS prep, tachycardia, bradycardia, all the geeky stuff that I love. And then, and then Yolanda is going to start going live in 2025. So she'll have her content creation.
Well, I've already started. I am over on TikTok. So I've started. My first little session is it's both the blessing and the curse to be a Black woman. So check that out. Ooh. And I think I'm going to, God gave me the vision to write a book with that title. It's both the blessing and the curse to be a Black woman. And it's not all about being a woman, but fortunately, it's not unfortunate. Fortunately, I am a Black woman, a proud Black woman. But I've experienced some things in 2024 that made me say, okay. And I shared a couple of those things with Eunice today as we were getting ready as we were setting up. So anyway, that's one of the things that I have on my vision board as well. So look for that. But I am over on TikTok. I've already started. I just didn't do this past week because I was coughing like a crazy lady. So next week I'll be back.
All right. Well, I look forward to it. I do want to watch the podcast. And so let's talk about TikTok. If it gets banned, what's going to be your new platform?
Well, I'll either go back to, I had my Ready, Set, Procure web podcast. So I'll go back to that platform, and I don't remember the name of the platform that I was using right then. It's in my computer. But there's some other stuff. But the incoming president has asked the Supreme Court to pause the TikTok ban. So I don't think TikTok is going to be banned anytime soon.
Okay. Well, for those of y'all, let's see, we have Sandra says it's hard. Yes. It's hard to reach me, Sandra, because I'm always busy. You go through my secretary, but if you use the phone number that I had previously, that's going to go directly to me. Let me find the screen. But I will only be answering the phones from 5 to 8 p.m. But otherwise, everything goes through my secretary. She makes sure that if there's a question or a concern, that she kind of filters it. Level Up says, be intentional, important to others. Once I poured into Destiny Helpers on the way. What a wonderful takeaway. And next year, all programs full speed ahead.
Awesome.
All right, so everybody, I wish you a very wonderful new year. Thank you all for taking this time. And of course, at the end, I'm going to make sure I say a prayer for everybody. And Yolanda, I appreciate you for being my co-host, and I can't wait to be your co-host in the upcoming video, young lady.
Absolutely. I love you, girl. I love you. Everybody that came on, thank you so much for coming on. And let's go do this thing. Let's make this money.
Let's make this money.
Let's do what we do, y'all. It's going to be wonderful. 25 is going to be an amazing year. And I'll be 50. So this is my golden year. Let's do it.
Bye, everybody.